Okay, bonjour class! It's been a while since we've had a video. I do apologize about that, but we need to get back to it. A little bit of review. Regular ER verbs. All we mean when we're talking about an ER verb is that when the verb is naked or when it's in its infinitive form, it ends with ER. So I'm actually using the packet I gave you as a reference point. So I'm on the page 3 of that packet, and I'm looking at the top, and there are a few examples. So the first one it gives you is refuser. Refuser. It's called an ER verb simply because it ends with ER. The next one it shows you is regarder. Again, it's called an ER verb because it ends with an ER. That's all. So, whenever you are wanting to use ER verbs, you have to take them from naked and put their clothes on, right? Or for my grammatically minded students, you have to take the infinitive and then conjugate it. So, there's a conjugation or an outfit for every form. So the first one that we always start with is je. Je. And you know by now that this means I. Je. The way you conjugate this or put its outfit on is like this, with just an E at the end. The way you conjugate this kind of ER verb, whenever you want to put on its right outfit, you have to pretend as though you're cutting off the ER completely. So, ER verb, cut off the ER to conjugate it. The first one, je refuse. You've cut off the ER. You're only left with one part. Let me get rid of the regarder so there's not so much stimulus going on. Refuse. This is the stem or the leftovers, if you want to call them. So, I have refuse. The letter I have to have whenever I use je is E at the end. Whenever I use tu, it's ES. Whenever I'm using il, elle, or on, it's the same as with je. Refuse. Okay? Je refuse, tu refuses, il, elle, on refuse. All pronounced the same way. In the tu form, however, there's an ES on the end. So here's the pattern. This is true for every regular ER verb in French. So it's a rule to learn. E, ES, E. Okay? So quick review. An ER verb is simply a verb in French that in its infinitive or naked form ends with ER. To conjugate it, you get rid of the ER and you're only left with the stem or the leftovers, whatever you want to call them. Then you have to attach a letter at the end. It's a different letter for every subject pronoun that you use. For je, it's an E. For tu, it's ES. And for il, elle, or on, it's E again. With these, remember that proper names also count here. So if it's a guy's name, that's like saying il. If it's a girl's name, it's like saying elle. So when your workbook tries to confuse you, because it will, make sure that when you're using proper names that you're thinking about this category right here. Now, on to the plural category. Those are only for singular, but we have 3 more to cover. Nous. You know by now this means us or we. The ending for this is ONS. So this becomes refusons. For vous, the ending is EZ. Refusez. And for the plural here, il and elle, the ending you want to use is ENT. This is still pronounced refuse. A lot of English speakers really want to pronounce this ENT at the end, but you don't. It's just refuse. So, nous refusons, vous refusez, and il, elle refuse. Remember this also counts for proper names if you're using plural. So you might say, Mark and Anthony refuse. Mark et Anthony refuse. Okay? So make sure that just like in the singular column, even in the plural column here, this counts for proper names as well. So those are the basics about conjugating ER verbs. Make sure you watch this a couple times so you can get these rules in your head. But once you have them, they are there. And for every regular ER verb in French, you will do exactly what I just taught you. See you next time, guys.